Hey everyone, hope you're having a good evening. So, thank you for tuning in to Soulful. This is the second video on the 3-day cleanse that I was just on. It was a very successful one. I'm not sure if any of you undertook your own, but I did get a lot of emails from you asking me various questions. Some of the common questions that I was receiving were in regards to what juices you should take. And honestly, all fruit and all vegetables are pretty good for us and they have nutrients that can help us. So, if you do want to kind of talk to me a little bit about yourself and we'll kind of go over some stuff together, I can suggest a recipe for you and I can either guide you to Whole Foods around you because Whole Foods sells natural juices that are raw, or I can direct you somewhere else. It's fairly easy, and that's what I'm there for. If you have any questions, I would love to answer them for you. So, those of you who did reach out, thank you for doing it, and thank you for being open to uh, an experience that's really going to help you and something that I'm really passionate about. So, once again, thank you. And I did want to share my experience with you all, but before I do, I just want to share some information with you. So, one of the first things that I want to share with you is a chemical that is inside of us that is also inside of all other living things on this planet. So, that chemical is called dimethyltryptamine. We release this chemical when we are born, when we die, and throughout our REM sleep. So, this chemical can be found on all living things on this planet once again. That's plants, animals, humans. So I'll get into why I wanted to share that information with you. It does have a lot to do with my experience. Basically, it has been said that when we do fast and juice cleanses, dimethyltryptamine is released from our bodies, and so basically, what that means that is that we get more dimethyltryptamine that we have to process and we feel within us. And I did take a nap on one of the days where I was juicing, and it was a day where I really didn't drink a lot of liquids. I was, fasting more than juicing, it seemed like at that point. So I laid down to take a nap, and I got into my REM sleep, and it was a really profound dream. I felt this white light beaming down on me, and my whole body and being was shaking as if there was an earthquake. So there was really, heavy vibrations going on, and it kind of freaked me out, to be quite honest. But then that's when I realized in my dream that I was dreaming. So I started controlling my dream, and this doesn't happen very often. It's been something I've been trying to exercise for a while, and I'm getting better at. Um, and we can go over that topic some other time too. I definitely want to, share those experiences with you as well. But anyway, first, let's start off by me explaining, what else happened. So that woke me up, and, so I was just, laying there for a minute, kind of processing what I just went through, and I decided I want to go back to sleep. So I started to slip back into my sleep, and that's when I started to hear voices. And well, that's never happened before, and it wasn't like one of the voices that you hear when you're taking a nap and there's people outside, or the TV from downstairs. This voice had a presence, and I definitely felt the presence with me. And it wasn't like a bad one. It was very soft, very very playful, kind of fairy like, I guess you could say. So I was like, whoa, like did that just happen? And I continued trying to go back to sleep, and then I heard an echo like from a man, and then I was like, okay, it's happening, and I have learned that there's an electromagnetic field around us, and there's consciousness, and other entities, around us that we can't see. But when we open up ourselves to that, and the energetic vortexes within our body are activated, we can become more accessible to that information and, experience something like I experience. And what's been really cool is that I've been talking to people that have had experiences similar to mine, and or have been having that experience for a long time. And it's really cool how I attract these people and how synchronistic everything is, in general when you're open to that. But um, when you're fasting and you're juicing, it seems as though, like, because we are no longer, within our physical consciousness, because we have to get past that, and we have to get past those desires, those cravings, those earthy things that we indulge into, and become more aligned with your spiritual consciousness, then I can see why we would experience these kind of things, and the more practices that we do, the more that we can consistently experience this, and perhaps go in and out of it when we choose to. And that's when I really think that we will start to realize what our creative power is, and what a blessing it is, and how we can really do much. And what I love about these cleanses is that it helps me direct my focus and my energy and my intention by practicing discipline and keeping my conviction on what my intention was. And if we can do that, I mean, we're also training ourselves to apply that to other parts of our lives. And once we start to apply that pattern into other things, I really just feel that that's when we'll start to really believe and use and realize our creative power, and what a blessing that really is to have as, you know, a human, and how everything is controlled by our state of mind and state of being. And so I definitely had a great epiphany this time around. And I usually do. I usually learn something really cool about myself that I didn't know. And if you're always open to like growing and learning things about things in yourself, then it's something that I think you'll enjoy. And I definitely feel like if you've been watching this video, it's because you are drawn to this, and your subconscious brought you here. And why I say your subconscious is because the subconscious it holds information at manifest into our consciousness. So our subconscious has so much stuff going on that it's kind of controlling our present. This all happened because these thoughts manifested. These thoughts happened. These thoughts were very present within us. They carried a vibration, and that vibration was released into the universe. And it's just how things go. That vibration was felt, and it got created into my reality, my conscious reality. And so yeah, it's just one of those things that happens. And so if you have any more questions on cleanses, I'd love to answer them for you. My email is soulfulholistic@gmail.com. So feel free to send me any questions that you may have. I definitely appreciate you, those that supported me coming out. It's been really hard for me sometimes to talk about these kind of things that I experience, and in my life, because in Western society especially, and in my past, I've grew up feeling and thinking that this kind of stuff was taboo and not something people discussed in a conversation. So there's some fear that creates some doubt, and it really shouldn't be there, because that's not my intention. So I had a process, am I going to be open about this? Am I going to kind of be, holding back a little more of that kind of stuff, and just talk about, other things, and skim the surface really quick? But you know what? This is soulful. Soulful is about going deep, going within, going underneath the surface of the surface, and seeing why the surface is like this, and kind of getting deeper in there, and really working on things, and knowing how things really work from a deeper point of view, and that's my intention, and that's why I am creating this. And yes, thank you for tuning in. I definitely appreciate you, and thank you for asking me questions and reaching out. I am here for that. So please feel free to do so, and I hope you all have a beautiful night. So I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.